Alright, so this video is made for you to basically get a feel for how this schedule is going to work. You're going to have a schedule like this at the beginning of every week on Monday, unless we have a 3-day weekend, then it would be on Tuesday. If you want to go ahead and have your parent also watch this video so that they can maybe help you out if you don't understand something, go ahead and do that. This is just a tool for your reference to understand how to use this and make the most of this distance learning situation. Okay, so this is just a suggested schedule. It does not mean that you need to do everything exactly the way it's laid out. The only things that are really important that you really need to pay attention to are the things that have a green highlight. So if it says this, it says assignment, and it's highlighted in green. These are the items that I'm going to be checking off every week. These are the items that you're being graded on. They are the items that are being used for your attendance. Okay. Also, any links where I'm instructing you or there's a tutorial video are going to be highlighted like this. So as you can see for math for this week, you have 3 tutorial videos. If you click on one of them, it'll take you to the tutorial video. Any of those highlighted links, and these videos are from me.
Good morning, students.
There's my awesome cringy voice.
This is a demonstration.
Well, good.
So as you can see, all the links are to outside resources from this document. It's my strong suggestion that instead of trying to find all the assignments independently in Google Classroom, like drilling down to each assignment individually, you just use these links because everything is here and it's in order and it's organized a lot easier than Google Classroom. So when you click on this, it's going to actually take you to the assignment that's posted on Google Classroom. So you won't have to go, I know Google Classroom Stream is hard to navigate sometimes, so this just makes it simpler. You don't have to go onto any document or anything in the classroom, just onto your week 32 distance learning schedule. And it's always going to look like this on Classroom. This is always how it's going to be titled. The only thing that's going to change is the week number, obviously, so next week it's going to say week 33. That's just to make it easier for you to find it and easier for me when I'm making these to find it. So obviously this is a suggested time to wake up. You shouldn't be sleeping in all day. You should be being productive. Everything, like I said, this is a suggested schedule, so everything is due by Friday at 5 p.m. I do not care if you did all your math on Monday. That's fine. Or if you did all your math on Friday, that's fine. As long as those 3 assignments are done by Friday at 5 p.m., it doesn't matter to me when you do them, as long as you are doing them. I also want you guys to keep a daily journal. You can read this for yourself, but mostly what I want you to focus on is just writing something every day, dating it. It doesn't matter what you're writing about, really. These are some suggestions about what you can write about. It doesn't need to be you just writing. It could be a collage of pictures that you're finding about what's going on. It could be videos. It doesn't, as long as you're doing something and putting something into the document, that to me counts. I just really want you to take time to just decompress basically and get everything out on paper. Lunch, you have 60 minutes every day. You can listen to podcasts if you want. Those are some suggested podcasts. Here for ELA, this is something that you need to pay attention to right here. Every week, you'll have your texts listed right here. If you click on it, it's going to take you to it in Classroom. And the really cool thing about doing it this way is that you guys can actually write into it. So it's on a Google slideshow. And you can see right here that you can take notes right here for when you read. So this is your copy of the text, basically like how you guys would get the book in class. This is that book, basically. And it's just going to be broken down by texts, so it's a little easier to navigate. There's also going to always be a read aloud for the books.
Good morning.
So here's the first one. So I'm going to be reading them out loud. just so that you have access to hearing what it sounds like, and then also for you to go back and reread if you need help with understanding what's happening in the text. I'm only going to do one read aloud per book or per story, just because it is a video, so you can go back and pause and go forward or however many times you need to. I don't need to read it multiple times for you to get that, because it's basically there for you to hear it multiple times. You need to make sure that what you're working on, when you're working on your text version over here, when you're working on this version, you need to make sure that you're doing everything that it says to do here. So like for this one, it's sensory annotation. So you should be making or writing down what language is giving you sensory information. And then for this one, it's going to be figurative language that you're focused on. And then on Wednesday, it's the structure of the text. Okay, so every day is a different focus that you should have annotations for. So you should have 3 different sets of annotations. The way that I would personally do the annotations is do it in 3 different colors, so that you know, okay, this is showing sensory details for if I have blue, and then maybe green is figurative language, and then purple is the structure. However you want to do it, just to make it easier on yourself when you have to go back and use those notes and look at those notes, you can see what notes are for what item. And then here's the other read aloud for this week, The Legend of King Arthur. Friday, for both ELA and math and social studies and science, it's just going to be a review day. There's not going to be any assignments ever due or required on Friday, just because I know that being at home is not the easiest, and distance learning is already difficult enough that I don't need to overload you guys. But there are different things for you to do if you get bored, or if you would just like to take a break from regular classwork. We have a new EPIC class code is here, and this new EPIC, like, we have access to everything now because they've opened it up a lot for the whole coronavirus nonsense we're dealing with. And if you look up here as well, iReady has also opened up their reading instruction for online for us to use, so you can also use that as well. When you go on iReady, instead of clicking the math, you would just click reading, and it's going to give you the reading portion of iReady, so you can check that out for sure as well. Down here for social studies and science, I want you to notice that for social studies and science, there are not any assignments due for this week. Just because I want to get you guys kind of started on just focusing on math and ELA, and then we'll work in some social studies and science assignments. For right now, all they are different articles to listen to and read. So if you click on the link, we haven't used this before yet this year, just because before it wasn't really available to us at our grade level, but they've opened it up for our grade level. So you sign in with Google, like I just did. If it'll load. Okay, and I want you to notice that right here, it will read to you if you click this and you just listen to it. So this is really cool. There are comprehension questions down here that you answer. Once you've answered these questions, you can actually play these games over here. You get coins to play the games by answering the questions, right? So you can see right here, these are worth 10 coins. I don't know how much it is for a game, but then you can play a game. There's also bonus sources over here if you want to look at other material, like if you're really into Egypt and you want to know more, there's stuff here. You can also watch a video here. So there's plenty to do within this. Go ahead and feel free to play around with it as you want. We're using that website for both social studies and science for right now. But like I said, there's no assignment that's due for either one of these for this week. But you need to make sure that you check in down here every week regardless, just to make sure that you don't have any assignments due. And then on Friday, there are 2 virtual field trips that you can check out. So you can go to the pyramids in ancient Egypt, or you can go to the Botanic Garden, because our focus for social studies is Egypt and our focus for science is plants. So I thought those 2 would play really well with the rest of the work that you're doing this week for that. All right. Once your work's done for the day, and again, I do not care if you follow this schedule, but this is my suggestion. So once you're done with your work, it's time for you to just hang out and relax. That doesn't mean don't do anything. It just means get away from the electronics. So I would maybe hang out with your family, draw, find something, a crafting or cooking video that you want to do, help out with your chores. I know mom and dad would definitely appreciate you making your bed and cleaning your room, doing your laundry, even organizing the laundry for them to do. Just helping out a little bit is plenty. You don't need to overdo it. You don't need to go clean the whole house every day, but you can help out here and there. Read to a sibling or pet. You can reorganize your room. I used to love doing that. Like putting my bed somewhere else just made my room feel so much different and like cleaner somehow. Go out in their backyard. Look for interesting plants, rocks, bugs. Make up a game. Find something to do besides sit in front of your screen. Okay, because too much screen time, we already know, it's not good for you. It's not good for anyone. Here's also another resource if you feel like you're not getting enough help from me in my tutorial videos, or I'm not responding fast enough for you. If you need help with a question right away, you can have your family sign you up here for tutoring from a high school student. So they're doing that as well within the county. Here's my contact information. My email, you can always email me. I'm usually very good at responding pretty quickly, and you can text me at my cell. I also, if your parent is not already signed into ClassDojo, you might want to ask them to contact me so that they can get their ClassDojo code. It's the best way for me to message everyone all at once if there's a major announcement that I need to make or anything like that. It's much easier for us to all communicate that way, which I know you guys didn't want all your parents to know about it, but now is the time because they need it and you need it. Okay? So I hope this video helped you understand a little bit about how this whole thing works. Nobody should be able to edit this schedule. It should just be you click on the links to use. Okay? You should still be doing reflex math every day. Your logins are here if you need them. There are workouts online. You can also go, if you have an Instagram, follow Mr. Rolls on his tag right here, and get some ideas for what to do at home. Okay? So again, I will be updating this every week. You do not need to use the links that are on Google Classroom. You do not need to try and navigate through the mess of Google Classroom because it's all right here. Okay? All right. Hope you have a great day.